Alright, everybody, welcome back to Beat Me Take My Pokemon. I went to the bathroom during that starting soon scream. I didn't actually do anything to prepare the live stream at all, and nobody would have known if I hadn't said anything, so I don't want to hear it. It's that simple. But let's... Oh, yeah, it's... Oh, I know what that is. Okay, never mind. Hi, Stormtrooper in a business suit, and also hello, Cherry. Oh, well, let's see here. One of the wires is caught on my bed. Okay. Alright, we're gonna be doing some fight. Should I close that door a little bit more? Probably. Okay. No, I'm good. Let's go. Did I put that Porygon 2 into the place where the Porygon 2 should go? Yes, I did. And I marked it. Okay. So that's all cut up. I'll just hang out on this page. And let's do connect to internet. And then let's do Pokeportal. And today's code is going to be 5, 3, 7, 3, 7, 1, 9, 0. Wait, what? This is the top fans thing on YouTube? I think the more I type, the more experience I get. Yeah, YouTube gave me this random feature where the more people type, the more experience they got on this leaderboard. I don't know why. I also don't know how to turn it off. But I got it. I mean, I've had it for like a week now. It's just, this is the first Beat Me Take My Pokemon live stream I've done with it. Switch 2 feels so good on Scarlet and Violet. I am low-key very jealous of the people that have Switch 2 just because of Scarlet and Violet. I've been watching content creators like James Beck and Cybertron that have been making content on the Switch 2, and my gosh, it just looks so clean. It's so clean. Like, I'm about to be here doing battles and just be disappointed a little bit inside that I'm not playing on a Switch 2. So I guess you'd have to send like 5,000 separate messages. I mean, you could. It doesn't carry over between live streams is the thing. It's only good for this live stream. And it doesn't do anything in the live stream, but I mean, I guess you could. I don't know how it works. I don't think it's per message. I think it's actually like if you send a message within like a 5-minute period. Or maybe like a 3-minute period. Same for Tears of the Kingdom. That's another good one. I don't know if I'll ever play Tears of the Kingdom Switch 2, but I need somebody who has Switch 2 to make an ice cube for me. Because I have this idea that I could show. Maybe you could do a Stormtrooper in business suit. I don't know how many, like, QR code things they let you use for the QR code thing where you can download auto builds or whatever. But I need someone who has an extra QR code for an idea that I want to use in a video in the future. I love Mario Kart World so much. I mean, it's a good launch title. It's gonna bring the people to the yard. It doesn't, that's so odd. Yeah, I don't really get the purpose of it not carrying over between live stream. Because you would think it would be more like Twitch. Like they're trying to copy Twitch. Just like not subtly. But it doesn't carry over between live streams at all. Like I've obviously had like 5 live streams now. And there have been people in those live streams. But according to the leaderboard, only Cherry and Stormtrooper exist. I'm probably not getting a Switch 2 until I absolutely have to. Yeah, same. I mean, it's probably going to be around this time next year that I will either know the specific day that I'm getting a Switch 2 because we'll have had a Pokemon Presents. Actually, maybe it'll be in July next year because they're doing one in July this year, which is curious. But either for the February Presents, they'll tell us like Gen 10 will be coming out. Probably for holiday 2026 on Switch, on specifically just Switch 2. And then by this point we'll know what date it's coming out since we know the date for Legends ZA. And I'll be like, yep, I need a Switch 2 by then. It also does kind of depend what else comes out. Like, I think there is a Splatoon side game that's like purely single player coming out. I don't know if that's only for Switch 2, but I saw some buzzings about it. It's buzzing about. And I'm pretty curious because Splatoon 3 felt really good, except for the fact that it didn't feel like it went the full distance that it could. Because of the multiplayer. So I'm interested to see how a single-player Splatoon spin-off works out. Hope you're ready for my new team I've been experimenting lately. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Whenever somebody's ready to fight. Just gotta get it ready. I mean, I get it. I'm just sitting here doing nothing. Slash working on things in the background. Should have gotten a shiny Politoed. I think it's neat. I mean, it is neat. There was an event for it. We had, it was the apples, the Poliwags, and some other mans. It is very hard to get a good IV Politoed though, because you need the min attack, and if you're running Perish Song, then you probably need the min speed. If you need the Trick Room, then you probably need the min speed because you're slow. Alright, here we go. Up to me to decide the rules. I will pick the rules. Hopefully you ready for some new tech on Grimmsnarl. I mean, I love techs. Oh, eeny, meeny, miny, you. And let's say... Forgot about speed. Yeah, the speed can be pretty annoying. You don't have to be min speed. Like, I think Wolf's Politoed that he used at the last Reg H regional was like max speed. Or at least very speed investment. So that specifically he could surprise people. I think it was the thing he wanted to outspeed was like Adamant Blood Moon Ursaluna was the big one. This is very trick roomy. Speaking of Ursalunas, it does have 3 normal types. Very, very trick roomy. This is a bit of a problem. I guess I would do this, and then this, and then I would have this, and I would have this. I think physical Politoed can also exist, though. Just not as well. Okay, not super sure of this start. I do want my light screen. And could be Protect P2, it could be just Trick Room. I'm kind of obliged to think that they're just Trick Room. Nonetheless, I think the best thing... best thing that I can do is probably Spirit Break and then Terra Dark Kowtow. They don't see Torpo for sacks. Torpo goes for the overheat. Are we gonna see an eject pack? It is going to eject pack out. Cineroar is going to hit the field. Going to give me Defiant. Porygon is going to set the Trick Room. We're gonna see an opponent terrestrialization on Incineroar into what? Into Mono Fire. Orion's gonna recover. Incineroar's not going to Fake Out. So it's just going to Flare Blitz into Grimmsnarl. That picks up the KO. And it is Life Orb Incineroar. Good to know. I can see this turn going a lot of different ways. I think I just click Heat Wave and then click Sucker in. Helping Hand would probably pick up Pichu, but I don't think Incineroar is going to do anything lightly here. Let's do this. We were kind of risking an NDD switch in there, but I feel like the risk was assessed. The light screen and the special tech drop. King Gambit takes not very much damage there. Okay. We've been in Trick Room for 3 turns. There was a turn to swap in NDD, it would be here. Orion 2 does leave. Or NDD. Oracle's going to erupt. Alright, let's see what happens when I do this. He has some attack boost. Maybe Helping Hands. So who's gonna win the speed tie? I win the speed tie, if it was a speed tie. Our Sunlight fades. Just dimensions return to normal. DD redirects. Everyone goes for the Earth Power, so it's not Specs, which is why I didn't do too much. Torkoal does Earth Power into my Torkoal. I do Heat Wave into both of them. And DD does barely survive it, but I will take the turns as they come. I think I definitely just want to get rid of Ndidi here. live Terrifier Incineroar reaction. I mean, you don't see it too often, but it makes sense on a Sun team. And the Incineroar has a good enough attack stat to put Flare Blitz into all your friends. Stream lag? Okay, I'm moving my laptop, so hopefully that will stop that from happening. Oh, where are we? I think I'm going to Helping Hand P2 and then click Terra Blast into their Porygon 2. The Trouble Protects, which is what I really wanted. Their Porygon 2 recovers, which is not what I expected. Our light screen does wear off, though. Their Porygon 2 goes for cover. It's probably faster than mine at this point. Fungal does down to Terra Blast. Oh, we're still lagging. Might need some manual cooling here. Okay, maybe that'll be a little bit better. Is there really any point in Torque? Because, like, Torquil's just gonna die. I don't think there's much. My moves are not PP max, which is a little annoying, perhaps. I might actually want the Heat Wave Burn or Earth Power Spit Depth Drop. I don't know if I can afford Torquil to try and get either of those things, though. Go for Ice Beam for now. Okay. Crack that kicks that Torquil. They've already used 2 recover. Oh, the freeze does help things. Weirdness also disappears from the battlefield. That freeze is so bad for you. I mean, we are playing a Porygon 2 game at this point. Okay, Porygon goes for their cover. But it's frozen solid. Porygon 2 is frozen solid. And that's gonna be the end of it. Fun fact I learned, Terapagos' theme is partially in 1/18 or 18/4 time. That's a lot. I've never seen anything that ever goes above like 8. I've seen like 8/6 before. But 18/4? I don't even know how to comprehend that. Alright, let's use this team randomly. The way I divide it in my head is to count its 6 sets of 3. I see. That does math. The math checks out. Would never anyway. Twitch, would we? No, of course not. Ooh, look at all these fellas. Quite the Sun team we have going on here with the Valerian form of Moltres. Pokémon, I'm not sure we've seen it all during VME type my Pokemon is Valerian Moltres. What to do when it's Sun Team against Sun Team and their Chlorophyllmon is probably faster than my Chlorophyllmon? I think I just do this and then this. Nah, because that has that. Valerian Moltres in specifically checks a lot of my existence here. I guess you have to come, of course. You're not so bad. You don't help me beat the things that I need you to help me beat, though. Unless, actually, you might be that. And if you're that, then I can do this, and maybe this. No, I think after this. Sorry, take a bit just editing a new team. Fair enough, fair enough. No worries. It's not like there's a real line chomping at the bit here. Do battles. I'm kind of curious to see what happens here. I don't want to be dazzlingly Ninetales, though. That is the thing that I do not want to happen. I think I'm going to Icy Wind specifically for that happening, and then... I want the boost. I really would like the boost. I also don't want to throw away my Flare Main, though. That's another thing. I'm gonna be greedy. I'm gonna go for the boost. This is Terra Fairy. Okay, life has become very difficult. It's also Cover Club, so it should be dropped in there. Man, if I had Exeggutor, I would win. I don't have Exeggutor, though, which is the problem. I thought it was the Psyshock. I'm the Dazzling Gleam. There's a very high probability that the Venusaur is Focus Sash if the Ninetales is Covert Club. I'm gonna do this. Okay, Venusaur leads, actually. Into Cinderace. kind of just want to get rid of things. Maybe waste, but I want to get rid of it. Hypnosis. I think I have to do this. Okay, we get Ninetales. Blood Bomb is going to take Flare Main, though. I should have prepared 3 different teams to have for each round. I mean, you could. Our Sunlight now fades. And who is in the back? The Dirge. Oh, we like the Dirge here. Does the knockoff KO the Dirge, in which case I should go for the Snarl and Redirect? The Venusaur's got Earth Power, I assume it reveals a Q. Okay, Sleep Powder. The Dirge is the one with the Earth Power, and it crits my Indian. That's pretty bad. Well, I need to hope for Sleep Powder miss. That Earth Power crit's pretty bad. Indeed, needs to sleep. Venusaur does land Sleep Powder into Incineroar. That has to be another crit. That's not another crit, that's just how much it does. Okay, in that case I should have just gone for the flat-out knockoff. Is it... It must be Spec Sturge. Is it really gonna be Spec Sturge, though? This kind of gives Incineroar another chance to live. Asleep. Ah, well, we just got really unlucky. Another critical hit, just to add insult to injury. It is indeed Specs. Alright, well, it all comes down to this next one. Let's make it happen, Captain. I think disabling your Indeedee prevented your Incin from cleaning up to BH. Well, if I hadn't redirected on that turn, Incineroar would Sleep Powder into Incineroar, and Venusaur is faster than Incineroar, so there, if you put me to sleep with Sleep Powder, there's just nothing that I can do. But yeah, Indeedee needed to just keep redirecting there. A Sleep Powder miss would go crazy. A one-turn wake-up there would go crazy. A non-crit into Indeedee would go crazy, because then Indeedee would still have so much health left for redirecting if Indeedee wakes up, but obviously those things didn't happen, and that's just how it goes sometimes. It's also an inherent risk that I took by not, like, clicking the Stellar Boosted Icy Wind into Venusaur, or trying to at least, and keeping Ninetales alive. Because that would have stalled out the Ninetales of Sun, and Incineroar would have resisted hits into Ninetales, but not the worst things in the world. And then if Dirge is in the back, Skeledirge can, or Incineroar can handle Dirge, because we knock off before Incineroar moves, so the damage is reduced. I guess if I had redirected and then just clicked the knockoff into Incineroar, I think I would have been in a better spot. No, because then you lose your specs, and that's about the same as being snarled. And you have the ability to just click Torch Song into Indeedee. Okay, very fire. Very fire, very sun, very Grimmsnarl, very Scizor. Oh, this is not phenomenal. Especially if it's going to put me to sleep. You have ways to prevent being put to sleep. I have to do that. Grimmsnarl in the Dirge. And Grimmsnarl in the Pelipper. I believe the most reasonable thing here would be to swap in their Torkoal for a slot. I'm not sure who that is yet, though. I think they need Garchomp to win this game, and they need Torkoal to win weather control, so if they left Venusaur at home, then Blastoise has a lot of play. Yep. The Grimmsnarl is going to Terrestrialize immediately. Into Steel. I like that. I put the Swagger into my Blastoise. That does not help Blastoise out. It does confuse me, though. And they Mirror Herb the attack boost. Now they did Terrestrialize out of the Steel type, which means I could Thunder Wave into them. Torkoal shouldn't feel too good about being here, I imagine. I'm going to Iron Defense. Yeah, Torkoal's gonna leave. And it is going to bring in Venusaur, okay. Okay, Grimmsnarl dodges the Thunder Wave, which is not great. Blastoise does get off the Iron Defense, though. And Grimmsnarl Spear breaks into my Grimmsnarl, which is going to pick up the KO. Okay. Really did not want that to happen. I think I have to do this here. I think I just go for the flat-out Flash Cannon and then start clicking Body Press into this man's. If there was Thunder Wave here, then I could just try killing it with Blastoise, but we missed the Thunder Wave. We are kind of in need of another Sleep Powder miss. Oh, Sucker Punches a Peladon. Sleep Powder lands in the Blastoise, which is just not great. You get Spadef drop, which is maybe helping to turn things around. A swap into like Sparkle would not be too crazy here. Okay, Venusaur leaves. And in comes the Dirge. Blastoise wakes up. And I really need it to not hit itself in confusion. Thank you, Blastoise. Very cool. Caladon lives. Small goes for Protect here. Blastoise is still confused. Thankfully does not hit itself though. Blastoise landing this Muddy Water is pretty important. Thank you. First power is going to do some notable damage here. Now I need to predict what slot something is going to come in on. I think I feel fine going for the Weather Ball into the Dirge slot, because we saw that Grimmsnarl is slower than Blastoise, I believe. I'm gonna do that and that. Blastoise has been confused for 4 turns now. Thankfully, Blastoise life moves. Torkoal enters the field. Venusaur enters the field. Blastoise finally snaps out on the turn that's guaranteed to Blastoise is going to protect. Venusaur throws Sleep Powder. Torkoal goes for Eruption. And his next turn is tricky. Because they have Earth Power on Torkoal. We get to win the Weather War here. But what they need to do is land a Sleep Powder in Blastoise so Blastoise doesn't KO Torkoal. But I can just Weather Ball here and then Muddy Water and hope the Torkoal doesn't protect. Or I Hurricane into Venusaur. Those are my 2 options right now. I think I Hurricane and I Muddy Water here. Okay, Torkoal protects. Who is Venusaur putting to sleep? Oh, it's actually Chaos Pelipper. Okay. Maybe I could have double protected to... No, I couldn't double protect with Blastoise. So, yeah, I still think I made the best move. Muddy Water could get an accuracy drop here. Light Screen wears off. Sleep Powder misses. Muddy Water, not Torkoal. Okay, now we get to play the game again. They could just protect with Torkoal and then, you know, Sleep Powder with Venusaur. I think I'm going to protect. Closes match. I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate that we've gone here from a Thunder Wave miss and a Muddy Water miss in exchange for 1 Sleep Powder miss, but we're here. Venusaur protect. Torkoal projects to stall at the ring. The powder does land. That probably just loses the game. Last I woke up. Torkoal's now at half. It's an accuracy drop. I'm debating whether or not I body press Venusaur into Sleep Powder Mist Torkoal Protect. Because I am +2 on body press right now. I just don't know if it does more. Blastoise get like a special attack drop at some point? No, it got an attack boost. Yeah, I'm +2. I feel like body press will KO the Venusaur if it gets to hit. Torkoal does protect here. Sleep Powder disconnects. I think I just go for the Muddy Water if I wake up. Blastoise is asleep. Earth Power misses because of the accuracy drop. Venusaur double protects? Blastoise wakes up. Blastoise gets off the Muddy Water. Torkoal lives. Gets a Spin Death Drop back. I think even if that means that if I take KO Torkoal now, the Venusaur beats me because of Slip Bomb. With Powder lands, which is probably just death. Unfortunate. But that's how it goes. GG's, GG's. Alright, that does put Stormtrooper in a business suit at a win, and also 4 wins. Which means not only do they get a Pokemon, but they also get to be banned out of using all of the static-ish Pokemon, excluding Goldango. Alright, let's set up the trade. The Weather War was a deadly game. I mean, it was in fact one. The war that I need to win, though, is the War of the Misses. And unfortunately, I lost that war. Also, that 1 damage roll in the Torkoal. Alright, we got the Blastoise, we got the Pelipper's, the Grimmsnarls, the Sun Indeedys, most of the Sun, except for the Combos, Trick Room Indeedys, and the Kingambit, and the Porygon, and the Sneasler, and these guys are just here. Just ignore the ones on the bottom. Hi, Sue, how you doing? I think Double Protecting Venusaur saved it, because I don't know if I'd survive another Muddy Water. I was... maybe. Maybe. At that point, though, if it was just Torkoal left, I would just body press into Venusaur, and then the Protect wouldn't have mattered. I choose Blastoise. Alright, phenomenal. We can do that. That's what I did with our Caledon. It is very parallel of a story. Very long fought battle. Against specifically the Rain team. The Rain team has the longest, hardest fought battles. Alright, let me move this one to the bottom. And then now I can shuffle over all these guys. And then these can move up. And then now all the Sun is on the top, and all of the Rain is on the top, and all of the Trick Room is on the bottom, and all of the 4th team is on the bottom. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 open slots. Which means I have half of a team that I can replace in these slots. Wait, 9? No, I'm dumb. I was thinking in terms of 3s. I have... wait. Yeah, 9 is half. Wait. Team is 8. Wait. No, 6 times 2 is 12. I need 3 more Pokemon to go before I can bring in the last team. and then I can fit them all in this box. The math checks out. It's like every team I build is weak to Archaludon somehow if I don't specifically try and counter it. Archaludon is a strong man. He's very tanky. Let me go ahead and open the floor. Now that we've got that settled. And it's going to be the same code as before. I hit that Archaludon for like half a sucker. You did. It was a +2 sucker, so it did a lot of damage. I think alternate universe in that last battle where I didn't attack with Pelipper in that one last turn, and I swapped in Archaludon, predicting a sucker punch there, and then I could immediately bring in Pelipper to reset the rain against Venusaur, and I would have Archaludon, and Archaludon would be faster than Venusaur more than likely. What do I want to do? Let's do this team. I don't think I got to fight last time. Okay, Mono Psychic, Mono Water. Mono Water, no Dozo, though. It does make life a little bit easier. Could get trapped, though. Getting trapped is not preferred, but also it's Screamtail. I think I just do this, 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 and this. It's Kingdra and Indeedee. Okay. What does that mean for me? Does it mean Surf is in my future? Am I about to see Indeedee swap into Surf Kingdra? I guess Muddy Water still really hurts. Yeah, I'm not feeling the best about Muddy Water. Maybe Rillaboom Hatterene should always be my entrance here, because I could just U-turn with Real... Yeah, maybe it should have been Rillaboom entrance. Then again, Rillaboom would just get its terrain destroyed. It's probably not. I really don't think even in Rain, Kingdra with Specs can KO Hatterene. That might be a wrong assumption. It might even be worth, like, protecting Indeedee here. Indeedee could also have Trick Room. Ah, screw it. Okay, Indeedee's going to leave into presumably Politoed. So how much is this Kingdra going to do? Yeah, Hatterene lives. Ooh, does lower my accuracy, though. Not the Kingdra. And the Politoed! Well, that's not fantastic. I think I lose now. I have to do this. Definitely need to see some Might Yenna, not the strongest one, but still has Intimidate and Sucker Punch, making a good support and revenge killer. I mean, you can, in fact, intimidate things. I'm not sure who Sucker Punch is getting. Okay, at least Primarina dodges and Rillaboom dodges. And Polito at Weather Balls. How much does this do? Okay. That's slightly not so terrible now. It does depend on what this Kingdra has. I think I do this, and I click this, and I see what happens. The accuracy got you back. Yeah, we got a trade-off there. Who is this? Because they don't like being moonblasted. It's indeed. That does get rid of my terrain, which is a little bit irksome. Polito might live this now. Or it just protects. That also works. Indeed, his attack went down, but I don't think that's going to matter all too much. Do wish it was better, though. It's such a great Pokemon design, it deserves better. Yeah, I think my Yana just needs an evolution. I could definitely see my Yana getting like a regional variant form and then an evolution off of that. Or just a flat-out evolution. Terra Grass actually does not matter here because of the play that I made. Unless indeed he lives, and this is like Terra Grass, Terra Blast. Then yikes. Let's be honest with ourselves, Hatterene is just kind of dead weight at this point. It is going to perish. It's actually less damage than I thought Polito would take there. Polito falls to 3. Primarina falls to 3. Hatterene falls to 3. The thing about Perish Trap and Side Terrain, though, is that we run Side Terrain, so Gothitelle cannot fake out me. I do want to get rid of Gothitelle, but I also think there's a high likelihood that it just protects. I mean, if I kill the Gothitelle, Politoed is stuck on the field, and I still have 4 Mons. I think I aim to kill the Gothitelle. Politoed protects. Gothitelle is Citrus Berry. Tyfield with Huntail. Oh, we haven't had to think about Huntail in a sec. Huntail, I can see Huntail getting some pretty cracked moves. It probably gets Wave Crash, right? Rain stops. Perish falls to 2. Politoed might leave here. I think the Ice Beam and Expanding Force combo catches that happening though. Normal weather balls and Hatterene. Everybody falls to 1. And let's do this and I think this. BDSP had Huntail, but wasn't too enjoyable in terms of game-wise. I see. Politogo's down, but it stayed in, so it's going to go down at the end of the turn anyways. We're Hyper Voices. Maria falls to 0. And do I risk the entire thing on Kingdra being Cover Cloak and faking it out and then maybe dying? Or do I just click Woodhammer and follow me? I think I just click Woodhammer and follow me. He's perhaps trying to protect out the grassy terrain. Or just protect out the fake out, which is also based. At this point, what the Kingdra needs is the Ness. Needs like Draco hit into Indeedee into Draco crit into Rillaboom. With like, no, well, let's see what happens. Yeah, Muddy Water. No Act drops. Big Kingdra drop. And there we go. A really terrible turn 1 into accuracy drop, missing both Pokemon that would pick up KO on one of them specifically, into crit my Pokemon with a special defense boost, and winning the game. Not so bad. Speaking of Huntail and Gorbis, they haven't been available in a game for a long time now. Hopefully they make a return in Gen 10. I think that's likely. They are trade evolutions, though, and Game Freak seems to be avoiding those. Like the plague these days. No Shellmate, no Carablast. What do I do here? Who can leave? Nobody can leave. Not a single... Actually, Grimmsnarl can leave. Is Grimmsnarl coming worth it though just because it can leave? I'm gonna say no. But I'm gonna do this, this, and this. I'm gonna go Golisopod back. Golisopod, I think it's pretty likely. Golisopod's a pretty big guy. This is indeed Dondozo. They're going to get their Psychic Terrain. But I'm going to get my Epicness. With my defense boost. If the Dozo is unaware, though, it doesn't care. It doesn't care. DD is Psychic Seed. And I think I'm just going to Dire Claw and then U-turn being DD. To be fair, a lot of fossil mons were missing too, weirdly enough. Yeah, they didn't show too much love for the fossil mons until the final DLC, and that was just because it was the Gen 4 ones. They probably didn't want to have to deal with the actual item fossils, but then again, they didn't have that in Gen 8. Just had them walking around and stuff. Alright, Indeedee protects, which is pretty good for Indeedee. Dondozo was really okay with death here. Got the yawn. Okay. Champion seems promising. Oh yeah, 1000%. I think Champions is going to be great. Based off the one trailer that we have for it. Hopefully another trailer on the July 22nd or whatever the next Presents comes out. That'll tell us more. Eviolite Gigantamax Duraludon. That will probably be a thing. Snarl here. Unfortunate that we have to trade Sneasler for Indeedee here. Ooh, also Heavy Slam, it's not great. I think I'm just gonna bring in Billabong. Okay, Springtail has entered the field. There are many things that a Springtail can do. Which ones are the ones that are going to ruin my life today? Now, the obvious thing would just be a Clickwood Hammer and the Dondozo. We're not gonna do that one. Alright, I should have just clicked Wood Hammer and... What the heck is this? What the heck is going on here? Why is this Dondozo not choosing to preserve its life at all?
Getting rid of this fool. You know, maybe actually the protect from Screamtail should have been realized, because if I fake it out the Dondozo, then I would have gotten Encored in the fake out, but it did disarm my Wood Hammer, which is a little annoying. I probably should have Grassy Glided. But now I could Grassy Glide, and I bring Grimmsnarl back in. Kamikaze fish, yeah, this fish is, he's playing risky. That's what I gotta say. Dondozo is going to lead. For Gotham, I think the Screamtail is wanting to Encore disable me, but because I have priority move, I get around that. I am just now Encore into the Glide. And I cannot leave unless I Ghost. Should I Ghost? Just out of the fact that it would be funny for Grimmsnarl to leave here. Wait, that's not how it works. Wait, yes it is how it works, kind of. Honestly, I don't really need the Terra Dark, do I? King Gambit still just KOs everything. I would like to steal for Dondozo. I'm not going to Terrasilize him to fire with Rillaboom. I might as well just use it here. Ghost also means that I can't get faked out if the Gotham went for it into Grimmsnarl this turn. Okay, it went for it into Rillaboom, which makes sense. Grimmsnarl, you cannot be missing these. Grimmsnarl, please. Disable fails because I'm already disabled on a move on Rillaboom. I am still Encored into this. Come on, I need Screamtail to be slower than Rillaboom, because then it can't annoy me. And I need Rillaboom for later. Gotham protects. Grassy Glide goes into it. Screamtail is now going to hold on to this paralysis. Screamtail could move because paralyzed is like kinda helpful, but not really. It wasn't gonna do anything this turn anyways. Unless it went for like the one damaging move it maybe has. I am no longer disabled. Grass disappears from the battlefield. Oh, I can still only use Grassy Glide though. Grimmsnarl's gonna leave, because it's a ghost type, and ghost types can do that. Alpha goes for the trick route. Ooh. Rillaboom ended its encore. Rillaboom would like to leave, but it might not get to. Got the tail protects because it values its life, unlike the Dondozo. Countdown comes down to Scream Tail, those are what I have. U-turn comes down to Scream Tail. Scream Tail was still faster than Rillaboom, which was not what I was expecting. Unless it went for Triple itself, the Scream Tail. No, it went for the Perish. This slot cannot protect itself. This turn at least. So remember Fisher stomping Tantrum Dondozo with Storm Drain top of Fury? That was a time. Fun times, fun times. Dondozo coming in. Alcatel is going to use its Terrestrialization into what though? Dark is not so bad. I think it's gonna hurt Grimstone a little bit. Countdown is going to be resisted. Spirit Break is not. Until special attack went down. Gothitelle is Citrus Berry. Kingambit falls to 2. Gothitelle falls to 2. Reflect wears off. I think I put Thunder Wave into you, and then I think I do this. Okay. Gothitelle protects, but Gothitelle wants to leave because it doesn't want to die, right? Yeah. None doesn't protect. So we do lose Kingambit, but Kingambit killed the thing that I needed to kill. I hate full health Kingambit going away to the thing, but we are in a better place because of it. Also, Twisted Dimensions return to normal. I click Wood Hammer, I click Reflect. Gothitelle takes out the only thing that it can. Reflect goes up. Alright, kids, I'm about to do what's called a pro gamer move. The Dondozo and Gothitella are going to both protect because they want Rillaboom to fall asleep. But there's a pretty good shot here that Rillaboom doesn't have to fall asleep. Rillaboom just has to be slow for a bit. Krypton Spirit breaks Gothitelle. That hits it pretty low. It lowers the special attack, which is kind of nice. Rillaboom gets a quick Wood Hammer this turn. Dondozo finally dies. After many too many turns of being on the field. And there we go. I tried so hard. You did try so hard. That was a very good trap. This team does have very specific ways to get out of the trap, though. And to dodge the yawn, specifically. One more battle for the set, though. Oh, 50-50 shot. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, this team does kind of not benefit. Like, we do have things to get out of the trap. It is a bit irksome to be inside of the trap, though. What if I just did this, this... this, and this? No, I kind of need this. As much as I would hate to be inside the trap, Dondozo also had the wrong moves. I had a funnier idea in mind. Is that funnier idea involve a move that starts with F and ends in Isher? Because Fisher could have gone crazy there, 1000%, especially with Screamtail disabling everything. Yes, Gothitelle and Polyclad. Who'd have thought? And substitute? That would have in fact been a problem. It would be less of a problem if I just turn one decided to KO Dondozo, but you know, what happened happened. We're gonna see Terrestrialization, probably Politoed turning into grass because it does not want. Oh, it's actually Gothitelle changing into dark. Okay. Gothitelle doesn't want to take any damage from the expanding force. Politoed gonna protect? I thought Politoed would Terra Grass because it doesn't want to take a grass type move. Apparently not. Politoed was perfectly okay with taking a grass type move there. Now comes Trickery. That's not phenomenal. Gonna admit. Kind of wish I just clicked Giga Drain into Politoed and was like in a better position. I mean, I guess I just... None of these Pokemon protected last turn, so now I'm in a bit of a pickle. Politoed gets to leave? It's a Dondozo. This is not great. We are maybe going to see no protect. Man, this Dondozo is inside my head. Okay, double protect. I mean, it makes perfect sense there, but. So we do unfortunately get trapped here with very little earned back. Gothitelle leaves though, and then we get to do a bunch of damage to it. And if Dondozo swaps to something else, then we get to do a bunch of damage to whatever Dondozo swaps into. Okay, Dondozo leaves. Into Politoed to sack it. Gothitelle leaves. Into whoever's left. Angel, okay, that's actually pretty preferable. Because now we just get a double KO. So even though we take a double KO, we also get one. Hello Goober, how you doing? Good to see you. And now they get to see the Pokemon that I have in the back. So, the unfortunate thing about the way things currently stand is that I haven't shipped the Gothitelle, so I kind of need the Dazzling to Oko. Or, alternatively... I can't remember what this card works. If the Gothitelle has... If it's going to Trick Room... That's really not preferable, because then it gets to KO Fluttermane. So I think I have to rip this here. I wanted to try and chip the Gothitelle a little bit. I could have done it in the earlier turns and things like Utor if I got my predictions correct, but I did not get my predictions correct, so now I have to do this. Oh, we're still in Trick Room. I lose. I should have protected. I thought we were outside of Trick Room. I got my turns wrong. Yeah, if I double protected, I would have won. Top of my goes to Psychic. That is a lot. Dundoza goes beyond. I need a burn on the Gothitelle to maybe even come close. Okay, no. Yeah, I threw the game away. Oh well, at least that was the last game of a best of 3 that I had already won the 2 previous games in. You did get one. Now it's the inverse of what you always say you have happened, where you get the first game and then you can't win the last 2. Now you've lost the first 2, but you got the last one. Oh wait, not battle again. That was the last one. Yeah. Alright, well, the floor is open. For anybody looking to fight. Good job. That was a good job with the trap. The trap was played out about as well as you could get a trap in that scenario. So rate the performance. I think the performance was great on the trap. I think that the trap just needs to have the tools that it needs to succeed. Because the Gothitelle is very annoying. And the Screamtail is very annoying. A lot of things outside of that are just damage. I really don't think Indeedee works on this team, on that team. Because then it takes away the Gothitelle's ability to fake out, even if it doesn't have fake out. Other than that, that is pretty great. Back from my AFK adventure, getting a toasted and mixed berry cream cheese bagel. That sounds delightful. I'm more of a just flat out blueberry person. I don't like my bagels too complex. Indeed, blocking fake out hurt a little. Yeah, it's asynchronous. And it did in fact have fake out. That makes sense. I got to do some pretty funky things though. Like we don't get to terrestrialize Grimmsnarl all that often. I have another guy in mind, though. Alright, Psychic types that I would slot in to replace. Maybe as Pathra. You just put in Speed Boost as Pathra, and, like, you protect one turn with Kingdra out, and then you get the Speed Boost into, Speed Boost Baton Pass into mid-turn, swapping in Politoed. Like, kind of decently fast, and then Kingdra outspeeds everything mid-turn, and you can't really counter the weather. That's what I would do. Also, Illumina Crash on a speed boost would be kind of nice. I'll make a new team real quick. Alright, fair enough. Nobody's in line, so we might as well do doubles. There's another psychic guy that's at least tolerable. I guess Ferrigarath is at least tolerable. I don't know what it does on a trap team. Baton Pass is a move I don't even know if I've used before. Yeah, it's a very singles thing, and then even in singles, it's just flat out banned because it's so strong in singles. Baton Pass in doubles can exist. It's just very, very unlikely to. But it's basically just parting shot, but you don't lower any stats on any opponents. You just leave and then trade any stat changes that you've gained onto the next Pokemon. That's a way to think about it, at least. So parting shot is usually better. AFK real quick. I mean, we'll see how long that takes. Extreme Evo boost into Baton Pass, very real. Also maybe very real in Champions, who knows? I think that's the only time I've ever touched it. Makes sense. If you're gonna be getting the boost, then you might as well believe in Eevee. And get the boost and get out. That's a good way to think about it, actually. Yeah. I mean, everybody knows that all moves are just a variation of Dig. Fly is just Flying type Dig. Earthquake is just the second turn of Dig, but it does a little bit more damage and doesn't take 2 turns. Baton Pass is just the first turn of Dig, but you swap out instead of doing damage, and you take your stat changes with you. In the same way that Parting Shot is like the first turn of Dig, but you switch out and you lower the opponent's stats. All the cards are stabilized. Is that like a code, Dark Silence? I don't know what that means. We got the floor is currently open if you want to fight. They are trolls paying to kick butt. I don't understand what the codes means. What does this mean? I mean, Sableye are little gremlin-y guys. I wouldn't call them trolls, though. Are we not gonna get any closure on the whole thing, Dark Silence? Are you just gonna leave those two lines and we'll never know? Haunt our dreams at night? Give us something to think about when we wake up in the morning? No? Well, alright then. The Pokemon you were thinking of was Farigiraf? Yeah, Farigiraf's probably the next, like, most viable Psychic type. I just don't really know what it would do, other than be a consistent Trick Room. I guess it could be, like... I might keep that idea to myself, actually. Gives me that bit of priority safety, I guess. Yeah, but if you got things like Screamtail, I'm probably not going to go for the priority anyways. Except for, like, maybe Grassy... Like, if you could lock me into Grassy Glide while Grassy Terrain is up, and then Farigiraf is on the field, then that's pretty effective. I wouldn't, like, struggle, though. It just wouldn't allow me to use the move until you Encore disable it. Can I battle? Yeah, sure, we got the code right there. Feel free to. I would suggest reading the rules in the description if you haven't done that. Looks like Isaiah Stormtrooper in a business suit. Cut you to the chase, though. Alright, let's do official rules. And let's do these guys and gals. I wasn't super familiar with how Encore disable mechanics work. Yeah, it's a little tricky. What you need to do is you need to catch something with a disable and then, or Encore and then disable it is usually the better way. Because then you get more struggle turns. So you want to catch like a fake out or protect with the Encore ideally. And then the disable, clicking disable first is usually just to try and mitigate damage. Alright, full Rainmans versus Sand. Inteleon with its Snipe Shot is pretty problematic here, because I think it means that they can just KO Hatterene. Rillaboom is one of our best hopes. I could do this, and this, I think is best. Tyranitar is Grass Terra, but I really don't see too much that Tyranitar helps me beat, except for Basculegion. A late game Basculegion is kind of a problem. Yeah, I figured I was just too scared of the Wood Hammer. I don't know how much that does to Scream Tail. Oh, it would have done a lot. It would have done like 70%. Probably. If I had to guess. I don't know, I guess it depends when Scream Tail has its EVs invested. Maybe it's pretty speedy because it was still outspeeding me even with the para. Okay. We have quite a conundrum here. I can hope that the Basculegion is going for Wave Crash here. Oh, I didn't bring my... I guess it was kind of a choice not to bring my Weather... It may be a bad choice, though. It should have been Inteleon in the lead, because I could just redirect this with Indeedee. Basculegion terrestrializing into water. Hope we're going for Helping Hand. Is this like special Basculegion? Wow, okay, they were really just okay with me getting up the Trick Room. Might as well do that now. If Pelipper's Wide Guard, though, then I can't do that. Which it probably is. Helping Hand and Wide Guard, though? That's a lot. kind of just want to kill the demon. Max HP, max speed. Makes sense. Okay. Is Pelipper gonna do a thing that I'm not gonna like here? Let's find out. Oh, it's a Water Spout? I didn't think about that. It's probably Water Spout. It's Water Spout. Okay. Who was in the back? It was there for real. Dontalia didn't even come even though it was very necessary for the Trick Room matchup. But I know that for the future. What do I do with this team? Rain is a little regrettable. I think I do this, and... Actually, you should probably come to a team that has all water. But you really can't. Because you're just not enough. Unfortunately. Their team kind of needs Rain to function, right? Maybe I do bring this. Vasculation and Pelipper. Okay, I can Reflect, or I can Thunder Wave. Into the Vasculation. Reflect is good for everybody, but it also means Vasculation probably just KOs Grimmsnarl. Fence this up. Bro, maybe Water Gym Leader. It is mono water. That is what the mono gym leaders tend to do, except for that one who has the ice fighting type. Him not so much. And Intellion's kind of fast. Maybe also the Sash. I want Inteleon to be kind of slow. Okay. That's not great. Right here, I think that's you, bud. Now, am I to assume that this is Scope Lens Inteleon since it crit me, or am I to assume it got the 1 in 8 chance to crit me? I'm going to put up a light screen and just fake out the Inteleon. Or they go for the Thunder Wave again and then try and KO hell or slow down both of them. I think I Thunder Wave with Protect. Grimmsnarl, you actually cannot. Oh, this Raichu's fault. I forgot Raichu does this. It's my bad, actually. I think I just threw the game away. Nothing Kunamuka's paralyzed, so we can at least get a little bit lucky for our earlier miss. Rain stops. I think attempting to add variance to this game is one of the ways that I win it. Okay, Rain comes back. Closing team Tailwind peters out. Closing team is fully paralyzed. That does not do as much as I needed it to do. Psychic noise on Blastoise, because Blastoise doesn't get the heal. Camera gets off third spray. Blastoise moves before Primarina and gets a crit. Primarina couldn't move because paralyzed, which is nice. Blastoise still prevents healing. Blastoise is no longer prevented from healing. Black 4 off. Don't really need that anymore. We're actually faster than Blastoise. It's the freaking Grimmsnarl. Pick up Body Press into Primarina. Grimmsnarl confused, still gets off the Spirit Break, and then it's going to stick with Teleport forever. Oh, another crit. Doesn't matter, but is kind of funny. I think I'm just going to Spirit Break the Pelipper and go for the Body Press into Pelipper. Hellion can move because paralyzed is rather unfortunate. And rain stops, and it's not coming back. Calvin appears out. It's the thing that I wanted to say happened, but I wasn't entirely sure. It appears I'm in danger. Yeah. A 10% miss got me into that game, but so a little bit of para RNG got me out of it. And Raichu got to show up, which was fun for Raichu. It did mess up with everything a little bit because I always forget about Raichu. Oh, which team to pick? The Sun team or the Sun team? I think I will pick the Sun team. Okay. What do we do? What are we doing here? I really think I just lead like Flutterman, maybe Exeggutor. Exeggutor's pretty helpful here. Obviously, because it's a grass type. And then Indeedee should come, and then Torkoal should come. And that's like kind of it. The thing about this play, too, is that they have to figure out which slot is going to swap into Torkoal if they lead the rain. Escalation, what? This is pretty alright for me, I think. I get to pick which slot I want to bring Torkoal in. I think it's the Fluttermane slot, because I want to preserve the Sash. But then Pelipper can just go for... Yeah, I think it has to be the... Fluttermane slot. Basculegium's gonna leave. Into Primarina. Fluttermane activates photosynthesis. Pelipper goes for Rain Dance, predicting the switching, perhaps. I could just rip Stellar here. Because Stellar Helping Hand probably KOs the Primarina. Stellar Dazzling does a bunch to both, though. But then I lose Torkoal and then I lose the Weatherboard, and I really can't afford to lose the Weatherboard, I think. Hurricane is gonna come out. It doesn't get a crit. It's like, oh, it's gonna break Sash. Oh, that's gonna be more than break Sash. What the heck? Why did that do so much? What, this thing hasn't even gone for a sound type. What? I know it's water type because it's liquid voice, and we're in the rain, but Fluttermane is Spadef tanky. Why did that do so much? I would have preferred the Sun team. Thank you for the input, I appreciate it. overkilling. That's pretty bad. Pelipper's faster. I mean, it just goes for the Rain Dance and Primarily clicks Hyper Voice here, and there's nothing that I can do to stop that. Except... if I bring in Torkoal and activate Photosynthesis on Fluttermane, Fluttermane might be faster. Yeah, Fluttermane was faster. Ooh, Pelipper lives though. Ah, I need Hurricane Miss. Dang, a tiny bit of chip. Changed the entire game there. Intellion Snipe Shot means that it ignores Indeedee Redirection. I mean, this is always Pelipper since it's rain, right? So I think this is like my best turn to try and deal damage. Because then Vascular Legion just comes in and kills everything. Air Water on Intellion. He's going to pick up the crit. Which is unfortunate. If it's Scope Lens, then that means I lost a 50-50. And I think I would go without the crit. I tell you the specs, so you just got the 1 in 8 chance, like, basically every time. Unfortunate, but that's just how it goes. Alright, that's another trade. Vascular Legion, by the way, was banded. I didn't suspect that. Figured it would be banded.
these are all the guys we got left. Again. I'm interested in the Gambit. Alright, we can do the Gambit. That's gonna be 5 wins for Stormtrooper in a business suit in total. Banded Water Terra Basket Legion hits super hard, but has a weakness, no Terra for defense. Yeah, I mean, if I... The way I should have been playing against the rain team was that I should have just played aggressively, because... In the first game, if I Grassy Glide into the Basket Legion, then I just win the game. Because then I Trick Room with Hatterene, and nothing can beat me in Trick Room. And then in the second game, if I swapped in... I swapped in Torkoal for Fluttermane instead, and then clicked Expanding Force with Exeggutor, I would probably just win. Because then Exeggutor would have done enough damage to both targets. And I would not have to have Fluttermane on the field at that point. So I could swap in like Indeedee. Hey, mods and team that I use banned? Nope, you don't get another Pokemon banned until you beat me the 6th time. And then, let me check the rules just to make sure. I'm pretty sure it's the 6th time something gets banned. And then... After winning 6 Pokemon, the trainer is locked out of using a Pokemon every time they have a winning attempt. So, yeah. Oh, wait, no. After winning 6 Pokemon... Wait, yeah. Your 6th attempt would be your 6th Pokemon then. So you're still good. You could do the Rain Team again. But, Goober, if you are around, you can be our last battle for today. I will open the link code, and we'll wait. I think Pelipper not dying to Dazzling Gleam made a difference because I was able to kill it and then have Rain back up. Oh yeah, 1000%. If Pelipper died there, then Fluttermane would just be fine to win the game. Because at that point it was just Basculegion and Pelipper left, right? No, Inteleon was still around. Inteleon could... not... It would not enjoy taking the Gleam. I would probably... I would Dazzling Gleam with Fluttermane, and that would do enough damage to where Basculegion would kill itself on a Wave Crash if it attacked into a fully health Pokemon, and then Inteleon would have to either choose to defeat Fluttermane or live with its Snipe Shot being halved into Indeedee, and Indeedee would fire back with Gleam, which it would be single target. So a lot changes there. Also hitting the Hurricane and Sun. Yeah. Yeah. The Hurricane crit on the Exeggutor I don't think it mattered. Probably not, if I had to guess. Let's do this team. I don't think I got to use it last time. Alright, Vamps, that looks to be a perfectly good team. I will put you... Actually, let me check my notes. Yep, no Vamps. So since this is your first attempt, you gotta win all 3 battles, but this is just practice, so don't worry about it too much. Nobody's ever won all the battles on their first attempt, so no pressure, no pressure. It's all about just learning, seeing what happens, and improving. Now what do I want to actually bring into this team? It is very Trick Roomy. But it could also be on Bird and Halucha, which is not Trick Roomy. It's very speedy. I actually don't know who's faster between Sneasler and Halucha. I assume it would be Sneasler. Halucha does kind of throw a wrench into my plans, like a lot of wrenches. I think I have to do this, and then this, and then this, and then this. Sunshine is not good for... this is... Oh, I know what this is. I can punish this, like, immediately, too. Yep, it's weak armor. Lucky for you, the sun was up, so you decreased the damage. Unfortunately for you, I have Sukair Punch. It did Jet Punch, so the Palafin might have Drain Punch. Drain Punch would not be preferable, but I think Palafin wants to leave. Yeah, Palafin leaves. Into Walkie Slosh. And that gets to protect. Ah, dodged the heat wave. That's not great. I am very weak to Earthquake right now. That is a bit of a problem. MDD just protected though, so they can't go for Earthquake. And if they do here, it would be very funny. Very, very funny. Okay, it's headlong. And indeed, trick rooms. I like that. I like that a lot. Headlong is going to take out Torkoal. Lucky Sludge was hurt by Rocky Helmet. Speedwagon returns to the field. And it's 0 to hero for me. And I do this, and I probably do this. I could protect on this turn if I thought that the Ursaluna is going to attack into King Gambit. But the Palafin Wave Crash is not something I want to see, but I feel like it is an eventuality. I'd rather do it while the sun is still up. Question is, did they predict me and go for Facade? Okay, no, they actually just protected the Ursaluna. Does that mean that Palafin is going to go for Dream Punch? It's close combat. Arsenal fades. Bear takes a little bit more damage. Bear would be in KO range right now if it wasn't for the Heat Wave miss earlier. As far as I'm concerned, the Palafin might have locked itself into close combat. I don't think so. You wouldn't be choice banned on a weakness policy, weak armor set, would you? Earthquake is gonna do like non-zero damage to the. It did definitely non-zero damage to the Palafin. And there goes the bear. GG's, GG's. Don't worry, as I said, nobody ever wins all 3 battles on their first attempt. You are more than welcome to do the other 2 battles in your attempt to get in some practice. I would highly suggest doing so. You got a good team, though. Just gotta learn what my other guys are like. Oh, who do I want? I think I want... this team. We'll move across. Okay. I think Arcanine Tyranitar looks pretty favorable into everything except Hawlucha lead, and even then if Hawlucha is unburdened, then I get an Intimidate off into it. Primarina is also kind of nice. I honestly don't think I bring Trick Room. I think I just bring these four. Alright, same leads as before. This time I have a T-Char now, though. Now, Palafin could end up just booking close combat if it really wants to try and kill something here. And I don't know, even with the stored power boost and the ×2, I don't know if it can KO Arcanine through the sand boost. So I'm going to protect here and see what happens. Or maybe the extreme speed would have been kind of nice. Because then I could proc and make the Palafin kill the Armarouge. Okay, it missed the Palafin, but that's kind of the mans that I wanted to hit. We are going to activate its weak armor. Or weakness policy. It does have Aura Sphere, okay. Alright, flip turns into Arcanine, and we live because of Intimidate. My controller's about to tell me that it wants to be charged a little bit.
It might also be mine. That takes chip. That takes chip. So armors can only KO one thing here. Which means that we do this. Armor is just gonna go Terra Psychic. And then do the Rex. Arcanine goes for the rock, not Armarouge. Okay. Actually faster than Armarouge, which I did not expect. But the thing is now Palafin is going to come back in. And that's a little irksome. Especially since we missed the rock slide damage on the Indeedee. It means now we can't pick our KO onto it. But the Psychic Terrain works both ways. They can't Jet Punch Arcanine anymore. And I think I am fine with them clicking close combat into Tyranitar. Nah, I lied. I'm not fine with it. I'm gonna protect Tyranitar. Drain Punch. Okay. kind of wrote that off when I saw Close Combat earlier, but good to see Drain Punch. Arcanine, you did that, right? Oh, 1000%. And this might be a bit of a waste, but I'm going to use this just so it gets less health back, but also so that Tyranitar probably lives. And maybe protects. Arcanine gets off the Rock Slide into the Protect. Talvin flinches and can't move, but Rock Slide finishes it off. It probably could not have Dream Punched enough health back from Tyranitar to live the Tyranitar's attack. It just had to hope for a miss. Even then, Arcanine's still faster than it. Unless it took out Arcanine. But who's the Wicca? Ah, I see. Super Sweet Syrup means that our evasion falls. Except for our Clamula guy. And Arcanine at this point has done its work. I just need to knock this off. It is a little unfortunate that we lose the Sand boost, but we are Grass type, so we resist Grass type now. Versus being weak to it. No item means no lefties. And substitute. Then Storm subsides. Random disappears from the battlefield. Perimeter is kind of pointless at this point, surprisingly enough. I don't want to double swap here because I don't want to bring a real boom for the grassy terrain. Fades. The drain gets to steal a bunch of health back. That gets it. GG's again, GG's again. And I get to pick this team or this team. Let's pick this team. Okay, I think what I do is I do this, and actually that could go kind of badly if I do that. I think I should do this, and then this, and then this. Okay, we get to see Halucha. And Indeedee. And if I had to gander a guess, Halucha is Psychic Seed. And it also procs with Unburden. However, what most people would not expect is that Halucha is Flying type, which means that it's not in the terrain, which means that it can be faked out. Doesn't actually do that much because I think you get like a decent body press into Indeedee. Indeedee's not Psychic. It's not the one who's Psychic Seed. So we get a little bit of free chip here. What I think is going to happen is they're going to throw a fighting type move into Orcaladon. So I'm going to predict that happening with my Terrestrialization. Doesn't make much sense for them to throw a flying type move, because that would be a pretty heavy predict, I think. Halucha actually goes for Sword Stance. Electro Weapon? Not the Halucha, please. Okay, thank you, Bresci. Don't get me wrong, it is still pretty bad that we missed the Indeedee, but not the worst thing in the world. Acrobatics makes your Bright Shoe, does pick up KO into it. Body Press picks up KO into Indeedee. Ooh, Rocket Helmet. I did not notice that. I maybe should have been flat scanning it. Oh, what to do, what to do. It's Pelipper. I'm kind of worried that this Halucha got a little out of hand because it got the Sword Stance. Elephant is here. What does that mean for me? Elephant, like, needs to leave. We're gonna see an opposing Terrestrialization. Is this Halucha into ground? No, it's Halucha into flying. That probably still does the job that it needs to do. Since it's acrobatics. Oh, it's an developer. Okay. Flip turn does some damage to Orcaladon. Pelvin gets to leave. The Wiggles returns to the field, but it's probably not going to like what's about to happen. You get the Electro Shot there. And we get Hurricane here. Ooh, Hurricane Confuse is a little nasty. Leftovers, though. That might still work. That's what I have in the back. We are +2 defense. I'm assuming this is banned Paladin. If it bans into water and then... this specifically needs to die. Gotta count on with that. Ringus disappears from the battlefield. And now I can just do this. But the Pokemon that I have in the back would be Paladin. It can block itself and then Jet Punch, which I think it did. Not entirely convinced, but seems kind of okay. Might be Scarf too. Could actually be Scarf. GG's again, GG's again. I like that team a lot. That was a great team. Maybe just make some tweaks to it. Think about the synergies that I had versus the synergies that you had. Come back, and I think you'll win. And even if you don't win, if you come back enough times, I'll give you a Pokemon just for VGC improvement. That was a good team. I like battling against that team a lot. But that is going to be it for today, as we're kind of timed out here, and 3 hours is usually the stopping point. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, maybe consider leaving a like on the video, and even consider subscribing, because both of those things help me out an absolute ton. And I only need to lose one more Pokemon, and then Team 5 can fit in that one box, so look forward to that. And then once Team 5 is completed its thing, Season 2 will begin. And Season 2 is pretty epic, honestly. I'm much more excited about Season 2 of Beat Me, Take My Pokemon than I am about Team 5, but Team 5 is the natural conclusion there. But I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much.